Peace, y'all. Zinyezer here, and that's my cat Kiki. I know. I'm doing a video right now. Can you move out the way, please? Please. Now, it's been a while since I did a video, about 4 months, and it was on Hermetic meditation. And reason why I haven't been sharing a lot is because I've just been growing a lot spiritually and focusing a lot on practices intended to just gain me deeper understanding about myself and about occultism and spirituality. But I've been inspired lately to come back and share something, and I want to talk briefly about what would I call it? The ultimate situation of man on earth, or you can call it the ultimate key to your material, like the ultimate key to to reality, so to speak. I know that's a grandiose statement, but I'm confident that it has strong validity to it. I'm gonna read from this book, the Hermetica, which is a compilation of the ancient Hermetic texts, particularly the Asclepius and the Corpus Hermeticum, and it's compiled by the researchers Timothy Freaky and Peter Gandy. And I'm going to read from the chapter called The Zodiac and Destiny. This is super key right here. Now I'm going to read it real quick and then I'm going to talk about it. Because what this chapter is going to talk about is the ultimate it's gonna talk about how the ancient spiritual adepts thought about the zodiac. So any modern conception any so-called occultist wants to have about the zodiac that doesn't correspond with this, just know it's not Kemetic, i.e. Egyptian, or Hermetic. It's just the same thing, just with a different term. This is the ancient science. So, it says, when the Creator had created this beautifully ordered universe, he wanted to order the world also. So, he sent down man, a mortal creature, made in the image of an immortal being, to be an embellishment of the divine body of the cosmos. It is man's function to complete the work of Atum. He was made to view the universe with awe and wonder, and to come to know its maker. At first, the heavenly gods complained, saying, "You are being rash in creating humanity. They see with inquisitive eyes, and hear what they have no right to hear. They reach out with audacious hands. They will dig up the roots of plants and investigate the properties of stones. They will dissect the lower animals and one another also. They will seek to discover how it is that they are alive and what is hidden within. They will cut down the woods of their native land and sail across the sea to see what lies there. They will dig up mines and search the uppermost depths of the earth. All this might be bearable, but they will do much more. They will press on to explore the world above, seeking by observation to discover the laws that govern the movements of the heavens." Atum replied, "I will build the zodiac, a secret mechanism in the stars linked to unerring and inevitable fate. The lives of men, from birth to final destruction, shall be controlled by the hidden workings of this mechanism." And when the mechanism began to work, the keen-eyed goddess Destiny supervised and checked its movements. Through this mechanism, destiny and necessity are cemented together. Destiny sows the seed, necessity compels the results. In the wake of destiny and necessity comes order, the interweaving of events in time. Atum implants each human soul in flesh by means of the gods who circle in heaven. It is man's lot to live his life according to the fate determined for him by these circling celestial powers. and then to pass away and be resolved into the elements. There are some whose name will live on through the memorials of their mighty handiwork, but the names of the many will fade into darkness. Few can escape their fate or guard against the terrible influence of the zodiac, for the stars are instruments of destiny, which bring all things to pass in the world of men. If, however, the rational part of man's soul is illuminated by a single ray of Atum's light, the workings of these gods is as nothing, for all gods are powerless before the supreme light. But such men are few. Most are led and driven by the gods, which govern earthly life, using our bodies as the instruments of destiny. To my way of thinking, however, it is our duty not simply to acquiesce in our human state, but through intense contemplation of divine things to detach ourselves from our merely mortal nature. Now that's fire. That's coming from the Hermetica. That is the purported teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, who is none other than a mythological symbol from the Hellenistic period, of which mixes Hermes from the Greek myth and Tahuti from the Egyptian myth. And what it's talking about, so when it says destiny and necessity, I'll give you an example of necessity. It's a necessity that you have to eat food or else you will die. Drink water or else you will die. Interact with people that you might not like or else you might not get the goods that you need. It's a necessity that you set your alarm clock. Well, that it's all depending on your lifestyle. But necessities are things that are necessary for the sustenance of your human existence, or even your spirituality. Things that you need to do constitutes necessity. And in a pure state of being, of spiritual being, you don't need to do anything because you are everything. So the situation of necessity symbolizes a form of suffering, which is why it's associated with the zodiac, which is a binding of your consciousness into a duality. And then destiny is the continuation of that process of reincarnation. That's what the zodiac is. It is the metaphysical government. The metaphysical, like just like physics is real in a relative sense, the zodiac is real in the astral plane. It is real, but not absolutely real, if that makes sense to you. Like, it is definitely working, and it goes in a cyclical nature. It's called destiny. Sure to happen. But what it's talking about is if man is touched by the light of Atum, then you rise above that. Atum is basically just the supreme deity. So if your mind is illuminated by this original source, how can you be bound by anything? This is the ultimate reality of man. You're born into a lower nature called the physical body, with all these attachments, desires, needs, and seemingly automatic impulses. However, within the mind is an ability through something called will to make a decision based upon another mysterious thing which we call spirit. You can make your own decisions, and what the ancient text is telling you is that this decision that the true master, the true magician, is going to make is to strip away all these ideas of personal limitation and rise above the celestial gods. Stop worshiping the gods and bind the gods. The gods are man's servants. We created the gods. It says that man is the cosmos made into flesh. The microcosm of the macrocosm. spirits, gods, entities, thought forms, familiar spirits, elementals, fairies are all energies that are compartmentalized degrees of elements. Whereas man is 4 elements plus 5 every single time if you are the original man or woman. But spirits are typically one or a combination of those, including the fucking zodiac. That's why Pisces is water, Aries is fire. They're just degrees of energy relative to the 4 elements. So that's very important. Get this book. It's called The Hermetica by Timothy Freaky and Peter Gandy. And that's what I wanted to share today. Thanks for listening. Peace.